welcome to American Strongman Radio, home of the American Strongman Corporation and the North American Strongman Incorporated. I'm Kalle Beck. I'm broadcasting from CrossFit Monterey, California, joined by Brian Hildebrand of Lubbock, the worst weather in the world, Texas. Tonight's guest will be John Alderson. He is the 185-pound Arnold lightweight world champion. So we'll be talking to him in a bit.
I'm proud of you, Kalle. You're all grown up. You nailed it. You made it through.
All right. Yeah, we apologize for the poor sound quality of the last couple of shows.
Yes.
As we're working it out, I hope you stick with us and know that we will keep growing and improving, and your support will only help us to do so.
Absolutely. Here's the bottom line, Kalle. What did we just learn tonight? Better is not always better. More is not always better.
Yeah, sometimes it's just simple works, just like training.
Exactly. I'm using some multi-bajillion-dollar program that I can't figure out how to use it correctly. So what I do, I went back to what I knew, fixed it, and I think the testing that we did, people are actually be able to hear you now for some reason. It put your voice in the background. I bought a new soundboard. I got a whole new setup for the office. This is we're going high tech, and actually have somebody who's going from my local guitar center is going to come up and help us sort through this. It's kind of his gig is doing computer recording. So
nice.
Next week after I get back from Dallas, he's going to come in and help us get everything set up and get the studio actually rocking the way it should, so we can fine tune all those little peanut in the ass things that have caused us problems. So I apologize. I'm trying to take a lead on this. And, before we had Johnny Styles, Mr. Johnny Vegas, who is a great producer. I mean, he knows what he's doing and put together great shows. And I don't have him now. So it's, we're having to do it on our own. We're learning, and we appreciate all the feedback. And thank you guys. When I said we need feedback, no matter if you think we suck, and we got an email from several of you that said your sound quality sucks.
Yeah, well, they weren't wrong, but at least the content's good, and we can always fix the sound quality.
That's right. And I think we're on our first step tonight. That tonight's show should sound a little better.
And this show should be available on iTunes, which is exciting news.
Yeah, we finally got. I think what it is with SoundCloud and with iTunes, they know that you can create a show, but I think that they want to show that you're viable. And I want to thank all of our listeners out there. We've had over 1,400 listens from SoundCloud by itself. And so that qualified us having 3 shows and enough downloads that we qualified to get on iTunes. We have it all set up. I haven't found a way yet to put the past shows on iTunes and make them available. I'm going to work on that this weekend when I'm in Dallas. But what I am this show that you're listening to now should be available for download on iTunes. When I upload it to SoundCloud, the RSS feed is supposed to go directly to iTunes, and you'll be able to search for it under American Strongman Radio, and let me know if you guys run into problems uploading or anything, and we should be good.
Yeah, and when you find it on iTunes, we'll be sure to post links on where to find it on iTunes, on the Facebook page, on strongmancorporation.com. Is it Strongman Corporation or Strongman Corp?
Strongman Corporation.
Yeah, strongmancorporation.com. We'll put links where to find it everywhere, and please be sure to subscribe, and if you'd be so nice, give us a 5-star rating. If you give us a rating and leave a comment, it actually helps boost us up in the ratings, so other people will maybe stumble upon our show as well.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
If we end up growing and getting into the top 10, 20 or whatever in health and fitness, I think the category will probably fall under.
Right.
It'll really help other people see our show, and which will help bring other people into Strongman, because I think most of the people listening right now are already current Strongmen.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
The goal of this is to not only provide the hardcore people with good content, but also to bring new people into it and kind of introduce people in the sport, because like any sport, sports grow through participation.
Yep. Yeah, I've actually been reading over this past week a number, I want to say probably 5 or 6 girls that have been blogging or on their Facebook talking about their transformation coming from CrossFit and getting into Strongman, or Strongwoman in this case, and loving the training styles and the philosophies and the people and the community. So it's good to see. Maybe, I can only hope that maybe we're making a difference. And when I say that, they've friended me, so apparently they like what we're doing. So maybe this whole thing will pan out pretty well.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely a good stepping stone into Strongman. I noticed there was at least a couple posts in the Starting Strongman group when people said, "Oh, I did CrossFit for X," and probably should have an interview with a girl I've been training, Jess Hofer, as well, who just won her first show, and she's going to be competing at the Platinum Plus, and she did CrossFit for 4 years as well. So
actually, you sent me that file, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take a listen to it right.
All right, it's Kalle Beck here, and I'm going to talk to Jess Hofer today. She just did her second Strong Women contest.
Yep.
Yeah. You did a novice one last year.
I did a novice. It was they just had the competition at the Edge, is the Capital Classic. They just had it last weekend, but I was in it last year for novice and won that.
All right. What's your basic athletic background? How'd you get so strong?
I don't know. I just eat a lot. Okay. Athletics. I played softball, ran cross country when I was like 115 pounds. I'm in the military, and so I found CrossFit through the military. So I did CrossFit for about 4 years, and then ventured out and played lingerie football for a good year and a half in Baltimore.
How was that?
It was interesting. Pretty brutal, actually. We had practice every Saturday from 6 a.m. till about noon, and I didn't eat much, and I got injured, of course. I put in a lot of work. It was fun. I played linebacker, played center, met a lot of people, and it was fun, like, getting to travel around.
Did you do a lot of agility drills and
like cone stuff and all that crap. I hurt my ankle, so like I stopped running for a couple of months. A lot of ball work.
Do you think tackling other girls in your lingerie helped you? In the Strong Woman?
Possibly. It's all about the hips. I don't know. It was a lot of fun. But we played on some like really shitty turf. It was like the rollout turf, and so just playing on cement. So it was pretty brutal.
Not exactly the NFL.
No, like more brutal. And we had like some trainers and stuff, but like it was really rough. It was a fun experience, but I'm not gonna do it again.
Conditions aren't like the NFL. You got a nice field.
Definitely not. No, it's real shitty.
It's more like a soccer field.
Yeah.
Some gopher holes in it.
With lots of weirdos.
Yeah, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
But we won't get too much into schmoes.
Appreciate it.
I'm sure they'll come out anyways. So your basic lifting background is mostly CrossFit.
Yep. So I started CrossFit 2010. I've been coaching for a couple of years and came to CrossFit Monterey in January, and I was just doing weightlifting with Jacob.
Sipkin.
Sippy Cup.
Yeah, Jacob Sippy Cup.
Yes. And learning a lot. I love it. Again, another community. I like being a part of it. But he disappeared for a couple of weeks, so I started Strongman.
Yeah. Well, the way I saw it, how I remember it, is you did a weightlifting meet, and I said, "Good job," and I said, "What's next?" And you said, "I don't know," and I said, "You're going to sign up and do a Strongman contest on April 26th." And you said, "Okay." I went, "All right."
And that's how it started.
Yeah, so you decided to do it, and then had about, 4 weeks to kind of train for it?
4-ish, 3.5 weeks, something like that. So that was fun, just going over the movements and learning stuff. I'm naturally good at this stuff. Strong. I don't know how. I've been able to do pull-ups my whole life, and just kind of like strong upper back. Don't know where that came from, but it's kind of useful in this sport. So,
yeah, being strong is good in a sport that's called a strong man, woman, person, however you want to put it.
Weird.
Yeah. It's kind of in the title. So how would you say competing in Strong Woman differs than doing weightlifting, CrossFit? Or let's start here. Do you think doing CrossFit prepared you well for doing a Strong Woman contest?
Definitely. I would not do as well without that CrossFit background. Just conditioning and that mental push. I know like even the events are 60 seconds, 75 seconds, whatever, but even without that conditioning and just learning how to push yourself, like I wouldn't be at the same level.
Still pushing when you're lactic acid.
Yeah, when you're just fucking tired and don't want to do it anymore, and you keep going.
I always think that there's a lot more similarities between CrossFit and Strongman than even Strongman and powerlifting, where you are testing somewhat of an aerobic threshold. Like you take a classic CrossFit workout like Grace, it's, you know, for you it'd be what, 95 pounds?
95 pounds.
95 pound bar from the ground to shoulder to overhead, you know, clean and jerk or whatever, 30 times as fast as you can. If you can do that in 3-4 minutes,
you're
in or so,
pretty good shape.
Like that's not that much different than taking a 135 pound axle from the ground to overhead as many times as you can in 60 seconds. It's just shorter and heavier.
Yep.
But it's the same basic thing. If you're going to be good at one, you're going to be good at the other.
Yeah, I agree. It's a lot of fun. I like doing, so I've been training obviously with you for the past couple of weeks and just doing like on the minute stuff, heavy crap, and just kind of pushing it. Has been a lot of fun. The thing that's different is nutrition. I'm just trying to dial that in. I mean, I know it's not like super different, but for me, I have to learn how to like actually eat more.
Yeah, because you are lifting heavy enough.
Right.
It's a little more taxing to have to lift so heavy that you need to be properly fueled to do so.
Correct. Yep.
And so now that you have done your first open contest, it was unsanctioned. How'd you do?
I won.
Yeah.
I think there were 3 other middleweight girls.
Yeah, I think there's 4 or 5 total.
Yeah. So it was fun. I wasn't going there to compete against anyone else, just mainly for myself to see how I can push it and what I need to work on. So it's fun.
And you plan on doing more strongwomen after this?
Yeah. So.
What's your plans?
Next competition is June 21st. That's the Rocky Mountain Strongest Man.
Yeah, Van Hatfield's throwing.
Yes, and as long as I can get my leave approved and actually get over there before heading back to Germany, I'd like to win that. It'd be cool to qualify for
Arnold. In 2015.
Yeah, and then I could try and come back for that. Keep training overseas.
Yeah, well, that would definitely be a big jump in competition.
Yeah.
It looks like there's some national, international, you know, girls that were at the Arnold last year. They're a lot different than a local show, and I think it's definitely what you're going to need to be able to go to test yourself, and it'll be a lot of fun, for sure.
I'd like to push that next level, for sure.
And then after that, you go back to Germany, try to find some strong people over there.
Anyone. I just want to travel around and meet people and go lift heavy stuff.
So if you are somewhere in Europe and you have strongman implements, where could people reach you at if you want to train with them all over the world?
Facebook. Find me on Facebook. That's easy. And I'll live near Frankfurt. It's like middle of Germany, and I can go wherever.
Yeah. And it's Jess
Hofer.
Yeah, that's Hof.
Herr.
Yeah, Hofherr on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Yep.
That's what's your Instagram?
Jho 141.
Yeah.
JAYHO 141.
So you can go back through there, find the old photos of tackling girls in lingerie and other ridiculousness, and upcoming photos and hopefully videos of training and competing at the Platinum Plus Van Hatfield Show, Rocky Mountain Strongest Man, Strongest Woman as well. It's June 21st.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and what would your advice be for anyone that's that's a little scared to pick up an Atlas stone, that maybe is doing some CrossFit, maybe doing some weightlifting or something else, and just looks at this and doesn't think they can, or is just a little interested but not quite sure about it?
Well, actually, that's kind of similar to people that come into CrossFit. Like, oh, I don't really know. I think I need to lose weight, or I think I need to get stronger. Like, just do it.
Yeah, exactly. Just start to do it.
Pick it up.
It's all scalable to some extent. You know, there's stones go down. you can always look at my website or email me. I let at Kalle at AmericanStrongmanRadio.com. Send me a message on there, and I know how to scale anything down to make it so you can do it, whatever your strength level. So if you want to do strong woman or strongman, just like you said, just do it.
And have fun.
Yep.
Thank you.
Fun. Yeah, so the big news this weekend, Zadrunas
hold your britches. I'm looking forward to meeting this gal. She's going to be in Utah at Van's show, June 21st, right?
Yeah, Rocky Mountain's strongest man and woman.
Yes. And I just got confirmation from Dion that I will be there emceeing that show, and you're coming up too, yeah?
I hope so.
Good.
If I can be there, I'll be there.
Cool. I hope it works out. We can get some good interviews, and you can get some FaceTime on video, Kalle. I mean, really, there's not enough video of you out there on the internet.
No, I do my best, but I think other people need to upload videos and photos of me. I did see that someone on Facebook had me as their profile picture recently, so nice. I think that might be another step in the internet fame.
Yes,
direction.
When you're somebody else's picture or avatar or something.
Right.
Nice. Very cool. So this weekend you were just about to talk about Zadrunas. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
Well, 500-pound log press is finally done. He got the nice little almost controlled for half a second lockout that he seems to at these shows, but I know some people complained about it, but I really don't care because who else is doing 480? Who else is doing 490? No, it's not.
Yeah, he's the first guy to go 480. He went 490 last week at the Arnold in Brazil. Uh-huh. And so this was Giants Live Poland, which he won the show, by the way, and with a 500-pound log, which is ridiculous. So the first guy to go 480, 490, 500. I was looking at the stats from Arnold, and he went 223 kilos, which is 490. You know who the next closest was?
No.
Ryan Shaw at 192 and a half. That's a big.
You mean the results from the Arnold Brazil?
Yeah, that was from Arnold Brazil.
Yeah.
That was the closest. Was like an 80-pound difference or something.
Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely insane.
I'd like to see who got second to his 500 at this Poland show. I don't think we have the individual events.
Yeah, I don't have individual. The final events, the Zadrunas Savickas wins Giants Live Poland. Matus Baron, the big pole, the local pole that everybody likes, was in second, and Rafael Kabiars, I don't know how to pronounce his name, third, with Gregor Szymanski in fourth, and Scott Kumine was in sixth. Jerry Pritchett was supposed to do this show, but did not compete. I texted with him earlier today to verify that, and rounding it out were a bunch of people I've not heard of. On the bottom,
Christoph Radzikowski.
Scott Kumine from Canada took sixth. Radzikowski took seventh, and I mean, I can only imagine they must have had a couple of pressing events that have really plagued Radzikowski because he's an immense presser, but the tricep injury, I'm sure, set him back.
Yeah, he just keeps limping along with that tricep injury.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he lets it heal for the upcoming shows.
I think he would let take some time off or something. I don't know what the philosophy is there.
Probably has to pay the bills.
Yeah, exactly. He may have commitments from sponsors or something. Who knows? And if you've looked at the American Strongman Radio page today, Tuesday.
Oh yeah, Blaine Sumner, big squat.
Well, it isn't so much that it's. I mean, it's a big squat, 1,070, but it's unequipped. He's got a belt and knee wrap.
No, it's single ply.
Was that single ply? It didn't look.
Yeah.
The legs didn't look like a single ply.
No, it's single ply. He always has a loose suit, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It looked like a singlet. That's how loose it was.
Yeah.
He walked it. He took 1,070, walked it out, stood there for a good 12 seconds, took it deeper. I mean, I thought he was going to touch the platforms on either side of him. He had no spotters around, and then stands right up with it and puts it back up to the jack stands. Yeah, it was just absolutely insane. If you get a chance to look at the video. And what I appreciated was that I thought he was going to stop shy of parallel, but then went down a little further, and he went down a little further, and every time he went, his upper body went lower, his hips dropped too. And it was
if you've looked at
impressive.
Blaine's contest history, the judges are not very fair to him. in the USAPL.
And it may be because he's got such he leans so far forward.
Yeah, because he's gotten red lighted for some dunked squats that you'd watch and you go, that's, and it's comparable to other people's that are a lot higher. So I think he's gonna, he's not gonna complain about that and just not give them any doubt.
Yeah,
it looks like in this training cycle. So I'm not sure exactly what's up for Blaine next, but I know you can also find Blaine's Facebook page if you just search Blaine Sumner. That's SUMNERS, and it seems like he's been squatting over 1,000 pounds a couple times a week. So he's definitely a fun one to watch.
Yeah, I wish that was a problem.
He's a nice guy too.
I wish that was a problem I had. I don't have that problem.
Yeah,
and squatting over 1,000 several times a week.
Want to give John a call?
Yeah, let me see what happened. I've got his number in there, and he knows we're dinging him.
Good.
All right, let's
listen to that nice Kentucky accent.
Have you noticed? I'm cough-free tonight. You notice this?
I just heard a little one.
It's still dry and dusty, but
yeah.
The rest of it's gone.
Hello?
John.
Hey, John, how's it going?
What's going on?
Yeah.
you weren't kidding about the Kentucky accent, were you?
No, you got that. It's always a pleasure to talk to the Alderson, as he likes to be called.
The.
Yeah.
Alderson,
is it the or the?
You can say the or the, but you have to say Alderson. You can't say Alderson.
So pronounce it correctly. Is it Alderson or Alderson?
Alderson.
So it is Alderson. Okay, I just want to make sure. I want to make sure I got it correct. John Alderson, the 2013 Arnold 185 champ. What?
2014.
Oh, 2014. Sorry, I'm off by an entire year. I knew it was this year because I saw you this year. But kind of give me an idea. What was that Arnold show like? Besides bigger than last year and the year before and the year before.
It was amazing. It was really well ran. As far as the competition went, all the events were right in my wheelhouse. Like I'm not a strong presser, but the dumbbell, it was quite a bit better than a axle clean and press. I think I got 2 in 2013, and I hit 6 on the dumbbell this year.
That's always a good day.
Exactly. Of course, 2013 had the deadlift medley that everybody loved. This one was a little bit lighter.
Everyone that could deadlift loved.
That's everybody that matters, right?
I smell a little rivalry there.
Oh no, we both did fine.
Yeah, exactly. Me and Kalle both killed it, but this year was like a cardio fest. They put my 700-pound deadlift, like where it didn't even matter because I had to pull, I think 26 reps, 27 reps on that to get 4th place or 5th place, whichever it was in that event. Did
you explain that the deadly deadlift medley that we had to do a little bit? It's a little different than most deadlifts that have been tested.
I believe it was a 100-pound sandbag that was 50 feet away, and then a 150-pound sandbag that was 25 feet away. So you start at the first sandbag, carry it, throw it in the wheelbarrow, run back, grab the second sandbag, throw it in the wheelbarrow. And then it was different than a car deadlift because the wheelbarrow was set up on the car deadlift frame, but you were facing the wheelbarrow instead of facing away like you do on a car.
Right.
So it was no straps. So it was a little interesting getting the form. People were having a hard time on where to grip the handles on it. Some guys were getting way too close instead of getting all the way back as far as they could to improve their leverage.
Hey John, can you do me a favor? Can you bring your voice up just a little bit?
My phone's maxed out.
Oh no! There you go. Now I can hear you crystal clear. You gotta.
Is that good?
I just need you to vocalize for me. That's all.
Oh, okay.
You gotta talk like me. You gotta get loud and obnoxious. I know
Well,
you guys
I gotta be
in
obnoxious
Kentucky don't know
now.
how to do that. You guys aren't loud and obnoxious. That's not your style.
That's why I don't fit in, because I am.
Yeah, you're only fast and loud when you're doing farmers walk and yoke.
Exactly. And that was excellent this year, because they had my two best events, farmers and yoke.
Right.
So last year they didn't have the farmers; they just had the yoke and the sled. So I think they tailored the Arnold for me in 2014.
Nice.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I'm sure the powers that be at the NAS sent you an email saying, "Hey, John, what would you like what would you like for us to do for you this year to secure a win?" I'm sure that's exactly how that conversation went.
The only thing she didn't do was a max deadlift.
Yeah, we'll fix that next year though. I will hopefully be a part of that process. So
Good.
I will.
Good,
I'll make sure
I
there's
will
no
be,
max deadlift unless I get a check
I
first.
will be defending my title.
Yeah, well, as long as I get a check first, then I'll hook you up. But so what? You've got I don't have it in the notes in front of me. You've got a show coming up this weekend, next weekend.
Yes.
Where are you headed?
Yeah, it's Saturday.
And where are you headed?
Saturday in St. Louis. St. Louis Strongest Man.
Oh yeah.
I'll be competing 200 weight class.
Did you
put
a little chubby layer on since the Arnold to get your body weight up? Or are you going to be 175?
Yeah, you know it. No, I mean I've pretty much stayed about 200 pounds since the Arnold. So
Good.
From my cut, like I was 195 a week out from the Arnold, and then did the water cut to 185. But yeah, so 200, really isn't that big of a deal. Now I'm doing Shreveport in 3 weeks.
Good.
So that's going to be a little bit of a cut there for me. I'm not looking forward to it.
So you've got.
I think
you
I can
only
do
have
it.
what? You have a week. No, you have 2 weeks, but you have 2 weeks to drop the weight.
Yeah, you'd be fine. So that's another nice foot race show for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm doing it. Again, all the events are tailored for me except for the axle press. Nobody likes axle, but other than that, I'm ready to blow those up.
I think there's actually a good amount of 185s that are going to Shreveport. I think Dion said there's 6 people entered.
Last I talked to her, including me, there's 4. There might be more now.
Yeah, Dion said she had 6 entries in the 185, so I
Okay,
know of a couple. So there's some good guys from nationals and the all strong guys, so that should be a fun show.
Yeah. So I guess the lesson here is if you want to compete against the best, and you want to have a field to do it in, Shreveport's the place to do it. So you've got a few weeks to get your act together and show up in Shreveport, and you can meet me at the same time because I'll be there.
Ooh.
I mean, if that's not motivation enough. All right, maybe not.
Now I'm definitely going.
Yeah, it's good. So we got to
Awesome.
get anybody listening needs to get there in that 175s. What is it? It's 175s at that show, right?
It's
No,
185 now, Brian.
Did I say your note says 175? I swear it does.
Yeah, it used to be, but they kind of did the thing where they at nationals the top 175s, the top 200s qualified.
Yeah,
then they make us all do a catch weight where none of us are comfortable walking around.
Yeah.
Either too big or too small. So
Yeah, see, the problem is I've always been over 300 pounds, so I stopped listening after it no longer related to me, I guess.
some of us are born with bird bones.
Yeah, not me. I was born with pterodactyl bones. That's my problem.
Yeah.
But
you want to back up a little bit, John, and talk about how you got into Strongman?
Yes, sir. I started back in early 2011, I believe. I mean, late 2011. There you go. I've seen, like the show on television, like everybody did when they were a kid. I thought it was cool, but I mean, pretty much all I did as soon as I got out of high school was bro lift. I was benching 3 times a week. I never squatted, never deadlifted. I'm just buys and tries 3 days a week. So I mean, then
you don't do that now.
No, I mean, Actually, I do bench 3 times a week now. I mean, I'm getting back into it.
But you deadlift every day, right?
Exactly. Max deads every day.
Every day.
So yeah.
I got the
Anyways,
shirt to prove it. But
that's right.
so you know, like I got back to my roots as far as like strength training. I did a little bit in high school, and my dad was real inspirational in getting me into weightlifting. You know, he's the only well, at the time he was the only 44-year-old man I knew that could squat 450 for 15. So, you know, like I was like, okay, you know, dad's a beast. I need to step my game up. So I started squatting, deadlifting, you know, and then I found out that one of my buddies, Nathaniel Hargrove and Adam Moyers, they had a strongman gym in Paducah, which is like a 20-minute drive for me. So, you know, I hit him up and started training there at Iron Shadows. And, you know, first competition was Hope for the Holidays in December of 2011. I got second in the novice class there. And then I decided to jump up to the open class. That was at St. Patty's in Paducah. I got fourth in the 200 class there. So it was a little bit eye-opening, you know, the difference between novice and open at that show.
Yeah. And, where were you getting a lot of advice from at this time?
Mostly from my training crew at that point. I started talking a little bit to Derek Stone. You know, he's a lightweight pro. And I talked to him a little bit. Chase Carnes helped me out a little bit. You know, just a couple of the local guys, BJ Barabbas. You know, Kentucky is the strongest state, so we have a lot of good guys here to get advice from. But yeah, I mean, like mainly just my crew though, and you know, some dude named Kalle Beck gave me quite a bit of advice too.
Is that what is that what that question was? Was he digging for that?
Yeah, I think he was. You know,
a little bit.
He's the one that talked me into doing nationals in 2012. Whenever I qualified, I didn't think I was going to be able to do any of the weights. You know, I was like, well, I'm fat. You know, I was a chubby 200 pounds, and I was like, well, I can't cut to 175. You know, so I'd have to do the 200 class, and I was looking at the events, 0, 0, 0. I was like, well, what's the point of me even trying this?
Yeah, I think you were messaging me on Twitter at that time, and I didn't really know you too well, and you're saying like, oh, I was thinking I could do 175s, but there's no way I could do it. And I said it's better to show up and fail than to not show up. And then you showed up and you tied me for 10th. So I was like, you son of a bitch.
I mean, that's what we do every year at nationals is we tie, man.
Yeah, we tied this year as well. I think they did a count back kind of, but if you look at the points, we all tied for 5th.
Yeah.
So. But I don't think you're going 175 again because you're too damn big, right?
Yeah, there's no way I'll ever weigh 175 again. I'm gonna hang around 200. That's my goal. I'm looking into to doing my first powerlifting meet June 14th, and so I'm gonna do 198 there, and I'll be competing 200 and 185 for strongman. I'll never see 175 again. I can promise you.
So I am going to guess you're not going to deadlift in this powerlifting meet, right? Just bench. Do they have a curl competition? Are you going to do bench and curl?
Yeah, a strict press or a strict curl. Yeah. I'm sure y'all seen the video of that dude ripping my arm off arm wrestling, so you know I'm not curling anything.
Yeah, that was your buddy with those massive forearms. You're arm wrestling him, and he kind of made you look like you were not in your element. I think that's on your Facebook, right?
Yeah, like Caleb Norton and his mustache.
Yeah.
You know, his alter ego.
He has the old school strongman mustache and these giant forearms. And was he an arm wrestler primarily?
Yeah. Well, he does strongman too. Yeah, he's a a solid strongman, and like he started doing the arm wrestling. He got second at that comp that Kalle did in Clarksville, Tennessee, like a couple of weeks ago. So I mean, dude's strong, man. I wasn't expecting that. He about ripped my arm off my body, and of course he had to get it on video too. Like that was the first match, so good times. I'm not above getting humbled. Exactly. That was the whole point of it. He had that smirky little grin on it, from the start. So it's okay. Yeah. It's okay.
Well, but, again, it's better to show up and fail, right?
Exactly. But I'll never arm wrestle again. I can promise you that. My elbow is still not right from that.
Well, good. I know exactly what I'm going to do when I see you in Shreveport then.
I'm not going to tell you which one.
You're gonna fake who you are. You're gonna be somebody else.
You need to get ready to interview John after the events, right?
Say that again.
Am I going to be?
Brian, are you interviewing event winners in Shreveport? Right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So just get done with your event and walk on over.
All right. As soon as we get Axel out of the way,
just don't look for John during the Axel for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if y'all want to hear some, y'all want to hear some Kentucky madness. I was cutting an avocado in half, like getting the pit out of it, and me being, the huntsman or whatever you want to call it that I am, I used a knife to pry out the pit, and whenever I did, the avocado was so ripe, like it just smashed in my hand, so I just shoved the knife right into my finger. So presently I can't make a fist with my left hand, so it's going to make holding on to an axle really, really fun.
Yeah.
at Shreveport.
Yeah, make sure somebody else is taking care of your food prep responsibilities, okay?
Yeah, that's what my wife said. I'm not allowed to eat avocados anymore.
Yeah. Leave the kitchen up to Ricky, right?
Exactly. That's her place anyway.
So when you're doing a powerlifting meet, do you have a date on that?
June 14th.
So
I was going
to
do East of Bluegrass, but it's too close to Shreveport. I can't cut, and then try to pull, something, because I got to pull something stupid, and that wouldn't happen like on the calorie deficient diet. So June 14th will give me time to recover after Shreveport. It's a little comp about 2 hours from here. It's Central City called PR Zone.
Uh-huh.
So
you got any goals for that one?
I'm gonna, I think 1650 is what my total I'm gonna shoot for.
At 198?
Yeah, at 198.
Nice.
So that'll be good. I mean, it just depends on how strict the bench and squat. I mean, because I've never benched in competition or squatted. So squat, I should hit depth no problem. But bench, man, it's a whole nother animal that I'm not used to.
Yeah, that's something you really you've got to learn. It's a process.
Yeah, you don't like drop the weight as hard as you can, collapse your chest, and then arch your butt as hard as you can.
Yeah,
that's not how you bench, evidently.
Yeah, no,
I thought it was.
No, it's not like the kids do it at 24-hour fitness. Sorry, it's a different animal.
And you can't put 4 elbow sleeves on either.
No.
They take all the fun out of it.
Exactly, bastards.
Cheating's so much funner.
Cheating is fun.
That's why we do Strongman, Kalle.
Exactly.
That's why we do Strongman.
I mean, how much does your suit? It lifts about 690 of those pounds in your deadlift, right?
Duh.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I can't even stand up without my suit. Like, I put it on under my clothes, like when I'm going to work and whatnot. I don't put it on the outside because then they would think I was directing traffic.
Yeah, you got that orange metal traffic. Yeah, looks like a traffic cone.
No, last time I went to my chiropractor, he was like, dude, the reason why you can deadlift so much is because you're so tight. It's like you have a deadlift suit on all the time.
Nice.
So
that does help. Actually,
so that's why my pulls and
I just read a great article. I can't remember if I shared it on our radio page or not, but there's an article about a deadlifter who reduced his injuries, reduced his strain, reduced his recovery time in between deadlifting, and increased his numbers by reducing the amount of time that he spent foam rolling himself. He found that he just got too loose to pull heavy, and there's certainly something to be said about that, no doubt about it.
Yeah, you can definitely get too loose in the hips.
Yep. Hey, John, if people want to find you, where can they find you? Besides
Facebook.
Besides on your home sofa watching TV.
Well, if I was at home watching TV, on my sofa, then I wouldn't be the strongest 185er, right?
I'll give you that.
No. Like, are you talking social media wise? Or are you talking?
Yeah, social media, email. Do you have a website? Are you doing stand-up comedy Thursday nights at your local Laugh-In? I mean, anything?
I might be. I think that's where I'm moving.
Nice.
After this video show.
Get her done.
Yeah, Facebook.
Get her done.
Facebook is, it's just John Alderson. Twitter is John_Alderson. Instagram is John Alderson 85.
Hold on. I have another one of those. Were you born in 85, John?
Yeah, of course.
I graduated high school in 85.
Yep.
Just
Brian's
perspective for you there.
So you'll be dead soon, then, right?
The way things are going today, yes, that is very, very likely. Actually, today has been one hellacious challenge, and it's only getting better. I had to spend the evening talking with Kalle, so I mean, you can understand my pain.
But I mean, that should be an uplifting moment for you, then.
Should be is the operative term.
It'll get better.
I get to see him twice a year, and they're the best 2 times of my, that's what I look forward to. It's like Christmas.
Yeah, thank you. You maybe see me a couple more times this year. We'll see.
Good.
Yeah, I hope I can make it down to Louisiana.
Oh, you still might be.
Yeah. Are you going to be keeping your training log anywhere coming up, John?
Yeah. I'm going to be keeping it on Let Kalle Lift.
Yeah, we're going to set that up.
I'm deloading this week, so it kind of sucks. Like, nothing's fun on it. But,
so
moving forward, Yeah,
if people want to follow your training along and stuff, you're pretty active in the Starting Strongman group. You're always posting videos. You'll critique people's deadlifts and other events as well with like Coach's Eye and send it back to them. So if you're struggling with one of your events, you can find you on Facebook or just post in the Starting Strongman Facebook group. And if you have time, you'll be willing to do that. And if you want to follow your training, you're going to have it on my website. I'm working on switching it over to it's all startingstrongman.com, but I'm kind of tech savvy. So right now you can get to letkallelift.com, and there's a little tab that says that says SS athletes, and John's on a little tab down there, and you can follow his training along as well.
Good. Well, John, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I will see you in Shreveport in a few weeks.
All right, buddy. I appreciate the call.
All right, bud. We'll talk to you soon. That's John Alderson.
Alderson, yeah.
I got it right. Our Kentucky boy.
I'll let you figure it out.
He is, of course, this year's Arnold champion and looking to go put some ass whooping in Shreveport and Salt Lake City, and got a powerlifting meet in his future here too. So, good luck to all those endeavors for sure.
It's good talking to you, John.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, John. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, that was a nice conversation with John. He's a good friend of mine. I pretty much text with him every day, so it's nice to actually hear his voice.
I'm gonna have to work on my Kentucky accent to see if I can really nail making fun of him. I don't think I'm gonna get it though.
No, when I end up, you know how it is when you do the contest and you've been, especially when you have to make weight, you probably aren't drinking or anything leading up, and there's the post-contest party where a bunch of people that kind of get together.
Yes.
I seem, for whatever reason, I always end up with the people from, states like Kentucky, drinking with them, and it slowly gets, my accent kind of adopts I end up fitting in more so than being from California. I guess it's because I'm from the redneck part of California, maybe.
Yeah, see, I grew up in East LA, and I didn't develop a Vato accent or anything. And then I moved up to Seattle, where everybody's lily white. And then I was in Arizona where everybody's lily white, but they're just kind of sunburnt and lily white. And yeah, I never picked up an accent. I just yeah. And
Well,
Kentucky and Tennessee, they got that. Theirs is just kind of that thick, drawly kind of thing.
yeah, like I told John, he's only fast when he has a yoke on his back. But it was good to catch up with him. He's a good guy. He's definitely a strong kid.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, he's the same age as me. Check out his 700-pound deadlift. He can pull anything. He's about, I think, 5'10", so he's a little taller for some of the 185 guys.
Was it him that I saw a video recently? It was a 715 with straps.
He did 700, no suit, no straps, no hitch. I think he did, like a couple months ago, he did, I think, 720 or 730 something in his deadlift suit with a big old monster hitch and straps.
Oh yeah, no, I thought it was him. Maybe it wasn't. It was somebody that it was 715 with straps, and anyway, I thought it was him. I've got my videos mixed up. I don't think. Do we know who our guest is going to be next week? We don't know yet, do we?
Not entirely. We haven't
we
made
had some
anything
people
official
on the list.
Yeah, I think maybe Maya Winters is up there.
Yeah, we could definitely use a little feminine spin around here.
Yeah, I think I need to get a couple more ladies on here before they start complaining to us.
Not that women complain. We don't want to start that rumor.
Oh no, I complain enough, so
Yeah.
I consider myself one of the girls, kind of.
Nice. I'm not going to go anywhere with that. I'm just going to leave it alone.
I'm okay.
What's happening to Starting Strongman on Facebook?
Just a lot more good discussion. I should have pulled up a couple of the posts from today, but it seems like there's a lot of people posting their contest videos. The season's kind of picking up, which is always fun to see. I made sure to kind of compile them and put a post on the website. You can get there, startingstrongman.com or letkalelift.com, and I'm going to try to do that like once a week. Just if you have a contest video, I don't care what level you are, if it's your first novice show or you're competing at Giants Live, if I find it or you send it to me, I'll put it up every Monday. And I think it's just everyone likes seeing all that. So that's kind of getting in there. Got a bunch more, I think 7 more gyms submitted this week.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's cool that you wouldn't think that there's that many strongman gyms out there, but there's quite a few of them, it turns out.
Yeah, it's just, I ran into one by accident when I was in Albuquerque or in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And it was just a spray painted sign on a wall, and they were closed. It was a Sunday morning. I was headed over to another gym to go train, and
Nice.
They were open, but you could only get in with an access code.
Right.
And there was nobody at the front desk for a couple hours. So I wound up going to some like Albuquerque spa or something, and it actually turned out to be a really kick-ass gym. I was
That's
surprised.
good. Well, that's the thing is if that gym was already on the directory, you would
Right.
have known you were going to Albuquerque, looked it up, contacted them, figured out how to get an access code, and you would have had access to all those toys.
Been
Hopefully,
golden. Yep.
that's kind of the key. Actually, I think I'm going to start working on it. Someone, guy Dan Davis, contacted me today about Google Maps.
Mm-hmm.
You can put pins on it and stuff.
Right.
I'm going to try to make like an interactive map with all the gyms on there.
Well, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because then you could just put in your zip code or address, and you
Right.
could get at least somewhat where they are. I wouldn't, because I have addresses to them. So
Yeah.
he asked me if I want to do that, so I might try to invest some time and figure out how to do that. I think that'd be just
Cool.
pretty cool. Especially you can embed it on the webpage and go from there. Speaking of strongman gyms, you want to talk about the gym of the week?
Well, yeah, actually, here in a second. I'm traveling to sticking with that same theme. I was going to hit yours up, and then I realized I'm going to Dallas on Thursday,
Okay.
and I'm doing some freelance work for Flex Magazine, and so I'll be covering the Dallas Europa bodybuilding. It's a 2-day show, and I was thinking to myself, where am I going to train when I'm there? And then I got an invitation. Greg McCoy is the owner of Metroflex Plano, and they just built a facility I guess it was just over a year ago, almost a year ago. No, not even a year ago, about 9 months ago.
Nice.
It's one place to go, hence the name. Destination is the name of the gym. It's in Plano, about 25 minutes north of downtown Dallas. And Greg McCoy is going to be a guest here. He's holding a NAS strongman show and a powerlifting event all on the same day at his gym. And he's going to be our guest here in about 4 weeks, I think. I think the date of his show is June 14. And then we're going to have him on the week before to talk about the show and talk about the gym. Anyway, they have a big, with the Europa, they have a huge event that they put on every year. They do a big barbecue for all the industry people. And so he invited us to come out and get some free barbecue and hang out with everybody and come train in the gym. What's cool about it is they also have Gasp and Better Body clothing line. Actually have a storefront right next to his gym. And then there's a nutrition store that also has a storefront. So it's literally everything that you need all in one place. And the gym's amazing.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to go spending some time up there.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if they're on there, but if not, definitely submit their info or pass it on to Greg.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I'll get you the information, and we'll talk to Greg here in about 4 weeks. So looking forward.
Awesome.
His girlfriend, IFBB Bikini Pro, Tana Eubanks, will be there along with just about everybody in the IFBB and the NPC who's in the Dallas area, which is a huge, huge group of people. So it'll be fun to see.
Yeah, I went there. I went to Dallas Europa 2 years ago. That was a fun time.
Yeah, you were there with Robert when he won his. With Obi when he won his pro card, right?
Yep.
Is that the year?
Yeah, I was competing and did not have a good day, but it happens.
We have those from time to time.
I was happy that at least I got to be there for him and had to use 3 rolls of duct tape and a couple newspapers to patch up his ribs in between every event. So
yeah, they're ribs. What are you going to do?
Yeah, they kind of popped out of place warming up for the car.
Oh, well, what are you going to do?
He still got it done.
Who is our... oops, I've got the wrong notes. Who's our gym of the week?
Well, you kind of mentioned one, but I guess we'll have 2 this week. I was going to go with the Edge 2.0.
That's right.
It's in Springfield, Virginia. It's
right.
Owned by Barry Perkins. He's a veteran of the sport.
Oh, yeah. I met Barry at the Arnold this year.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Great guy, yeah. And he just put on a show this past weekend. I think it was called the Capital Classic.
Right.
Yeah, they had a car walk in an amateur show, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, no kidding.
I definitely would have liked to. I don't know. I actually don't know if I'd like to do a car walk.
I equate it to being a cross between a duck walk and a yoke.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to do it. I hate both of those things.
And that's the best way to describe it. You are completely off balance and you're fighting it the whole way like a duck walk.
Right.
But you have to have the intricacies of balance and understandings of geometry like a yoke to be able to move it, if that makes sense.
Kind of.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, I just like it for the profile picture. I'd like to do one for a second. I don't think I'd do well in the event, but at least I'd look good doing it. Just like my yoke pictures, too. I'm not the fastest guy on the yoke, but you're straining and the veins pop out, so you look strong at least.
You look righteous.
Yeah. But anyways, Barry's gym is in, like I said, Springfield, Virginia. Yeah. It's open Wednesdays 5 to 9, and I guess they have a strongman group training on Sundays from 12 to 4 every Sunday.
I've seen some pictures of those, and they pack that place. They got
there's a lot of people, a lot of ladies, a lot of guys. Looks like every level of skill. So if you're anywhere in the area, I'd definitely check it out. You can go to trainingattheedge.com or email barryperkins@trainingattheedge.com.
Yep. Cool guy. He's a really good guy. Super happy, jovial, loves being part of the sport, loves the sport itself for what it is. And yeah, really cool. Nice guy. Our company, I still haven't come up with a term. I got to come up with something catchy. Our company, again, the idea was to help promote companies that are doing positive things for the strongman community. And in this case, Iron Mag Labs, ironmaglabs.com, super group of guys. They just actually moved out to Vegas. They've got their new warehouse out in Vegas where they're shipping from. They are in the pro-hormone genre. They are actually the newest advertiser on strongmancorporation.com and our radio show. So our thanks to Robert at Iron Mag Labs for everything he's doing for us and coming on board to take a chance to let us do our thing. You can go to their website, ironmaglabs.com, and look at all the products that they have. If you're trying to stay natural and want to stay within that realm and not use any of the no-no drugs, this is an option for you, and there's lots of great advice. His forum has over 250,000 members, and there's a lot of great discussion in there about how to use his products, post-psychotherapy, things that you can do to eat, things that you can do to help maintain blood pressure and other things that some people run into. But a lot of great information at ironmaglabs.com. And again, thanks for coming on and sponsoring us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool people. Yeah, actually, there's some great stories to share about Robert, but this is a family show, and we're going to leave it at that. There's a big show. We got the United Strongman under 200 World Championships and Queen of the Castle Scandinavian Women's Championships coming up here this weekend, right? Is it this weekend?
Yeah, I think it's this
Not
weekend.
a date here.
Yeah, it's this weekend. I think it's May 8th. But anyways, It's this weekend. No, yeah. I was talking to one of the guys from the U.S., Dan Falcone, going out there. He's leaving May 8th. So
Gotcha.
then they're competing on Saturday, so that's why I had May 8th in my head. But yeah,
So it's the 10th.
Yeah, it's 90 kilos, which I think is just under 200 pounds. They have a 12-hour weigh-in, and they're also doing like the Queen of the Castle, 70 kilos, 154 pounds Scandinavian Women's Championship. I think they have a couple events in the morning. They have a arm-over-arm bus pull, 500. This is for the guys. I didn't get the events for the Scandinavian Girls Championship, but for the guys,
I'm not seeing girls. I'm not seeing girls pulling a arm over arm bus. I could be wrong. I mean, it's just Scandinavian girls might be a little tougher than I thought, but
yeah, they might be. We'll pull something, I'm sure, something equivalent. But yeah, they have an arm over arm bus, a 507-pound deadlift for reps.
Yep.
110 kilo log. That's what, 242 pounds.
I think so. I think it's right.
So that's a good weight for. I'm not sure if it's clean each or not. There's about 23 athletes signed up. Those are the events in the morning. Then the top 6 advance a couple hours later in the afternoon, and then they have a giant dumbbell, which is 70 kilos, which I think's right around 154 pounds, right? Because that's what
I think so.
Yeah. So they have to press pretty much one of the Scandinavian girls, the equivalent to one of the Scandinavian girls over their head. Sandbag carry for max distance, which that just sounds horrible.
Yeah.
I think it's about 260-ish pound sandbag, or no, 130's.
Would you rather do Samson's wheel or sandbag for distance?
Like a Conan's wheel?
Yeah, Conan's wheel. That's it.
I'd rather do a Conan's wheel.
Yeah.
At least I don't. It doesn't crush like a sandbag, because it's sand just kind of engulfs your whole chest around it.
Yeah.
And really crushes you. At least the Conan's wheel, it's just like that one solid bar on your chest.
As long as you keep it up high and you don't drop it on your diaphragm. And
yeah, exactly. The sandbag's just covering everything.
Yeah.
And I have being shorter, picking up the bigger sandbags gets kind of tricky, because you have to stand so wide. Either you have to bear hug it, which sucks, or you have to stand so wide and do like a weird snatch grip deadlift, and it's hard to get it past your knees.
Huh.
So
yeah, not a problem that I've had.
No, but I was actually talking to Dan about this, because in training he was having a couple problems with it. And I'm like, yeah, I pretty much had the same ones. It's actually a 286 pound sandbag, so that's pretty horrible for a 200-pound guy.
Well, keep him from going a long ways.
Yeah, that's true. Save a little bit of time. And then they have an interesting event, which is a double overhand max axle deadlift.
Huh.
That's definitely a grip event. I know.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, not so much. I have I guess probably because my grip sucks, I have my own opinions on that, on pure grip events. But it seems like the United Strongman shows seem to kind of favor a lot of grip intensive events. But you always notice that different promoters have their own preference and style.
Yeah, I was actually just having this discussion today with somebody about promoters wanting to do things their way, usually when it benefits them or their athletes, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah. All those Scandinavian guys out there just have these monster grips and hands too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that's true, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe because they actually still like grow up playing, unlike us American kids.
Yeah, they have really well-developed thumbs. That's about it.
And then the last event is some sort of surprise medley, so I'm sure it's a combination of suck.
A combination of suck.
Well, it's a surprise medley.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
good.
if it's a surprise, they're not going to make it fun or easy.
Well, they're not kidding about this Queen of the Castle. Finland, Norway, Iceland, Finland, Iceland, Finland.
Yeah,
there's
quite a few girls signed up. Yeah, there's what, 10 or so?
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, and I think there's actually a girl that got second at World's Strongest Woman is signed up as well.
Cool.
And they also have encompassed with it is like the Diamond Girl competition, which you can go on UnitedStrongman.com and read about it. I'm still not entirely sure what it is. I think it's some sort of, it's like a figure contest mixed with some strength, so they're judged on posing and some amount of like strength work, and then it's a total, which is something they're trying out there, but I don't really know exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's definitely interesting, but it's a good name.
Queen of the Castle? I like that.
No, Diamond Girl. The other.
Diamond Girl.
Yeah, I like Queen of the Castle for sure. And
I don't know. Diamond Girl just equates too many things.
Yeah, if a girl's gonna do, plenty of girls can do physique-based competitions and also do strongman. I don't think you need to water either one down. You know? We got our own national champion Kim Baum is doing a physique competition this weekend as well.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. She's definitely looking in shape.
Yeah, I was looking at the men's list. There's like 25, 27 guys competing.
Yeah, I think there's 24 total. Most of them are, again, from the general, Scandinavian area, Norway, Denmark, etc., Finland.
Yeah, there's a few Russians, Great Britain, Finland, Great Britain, USA, Canada. So that's cool. So that's good, nice representation of people.
Yeah, we got our two American athletes are Dan Falcone, who took third at the 185 Arnold Championship, and also what's the other guy? Where's he at? It's Andrew Cordero.
Right.
I think he took second. I think he took third, maybe second at nationals at 200. But I know he placed higher than Dan did at nationals, but he didn't feel like cutting to 185. I think he's a little bit bigger. Looks like there's a guy from Canada as well, but that should be a fun competition. And I was trying to get Dan or Andrew to come on next week, but I guess they're making a little extended because they're going all the way to Finland. They're staying an extra week with their I think with their girlfriends or friends, and going around the area, going to Sweden, going to Iceland, and
good for them. If you can create that opportunity, it's a great idea. I encourage anybody who travels internationally for sport to try and take a few extra days just to enjoy yourself and take in, because you never know if you're going to be able to make it back. So
that's for sure.
Good for them. Excited. Yeah, we'll definitely have them on once they get back in the U.S.
Yep.
ASC Pro show 9th annual Mid-American Strongest Man event released. And again, I just want to make sure everybody understands this is a pro and an amateur show combined. Chad Coy is the spearhead behind this.
No, this is the Mid-American one. That's Aaron Mullen.
Oh, I keep getting this mixed up.
Confused every week.
He's
that's the Masters Nationals that Chad's doing.
Sorry. Yeah, this is the one that I like because it's like a perfect combination of everything, where they've got a loading medley, Hummer tire deadlift, the keg toss, press medley, carry drag, and stones. It's like this nice even representation all the way across.
Different skill sets test. Nice overall well-rounded strongman's going to win that one. I think the amateur entry form is available now at nastrongman.com. I saw him put a post up today.
Yeah, I don't know if Dion has it up. It may be by the time the show airs that it will be up. So you can go to the NAS site and go to upcoming events and be able to find the PDF there under the show in the upcoming show listings. Next Platinum Plus show, Shreveport, coming up on is it May 24th?
Yep.
So many busy weekends this year. May 24th, I'll be there emceeing that. John Alderson, our guest tonight, obviously will be there. Going to be a great show. Going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a big test for me, my first MC gig with the ASC, so I'm looking forward to making being part of that history. And then the next Platinum Plus show is Van Hatfield, former America's Strongest Man. We'll have his show June 21st up in Salt Lake City. Looking forward to that. I've got friends in Salt Lake City. One of our photographers that I used to work with is there, who will be out to shoot the show, I'm sure.
Awesome.
And looking forward to having him out there. Is this the event list in the notes for Shreveport?
Yep. That's just
Wow.
running down all the. I guess Dion put up a post. I don't know if that's changed or not. That no ladies have entered in either the 150 class or the open weight class, which, there's a spot for the Arnold on the line. I know it's a little heavier. Like some of the events are a little heavier. Like there's the axle clean and press is 200 pounds for the heavyweights, which is a significant amount of weight. But if you saw the girls at the Arnold that were on the main stage, that's the level that it's at. So
Yeah.
I think qualifiers should prepare you for what you're qualifying for. So I don't think that the weight's wrong. I think that the sport's still growing and people probably planning different trips, to cities they'd rather go to than Shreveport, I guess. But
and if you guys are in earshot of this, you need to consider it. It gives yourselves about 2.5 weeks to get ready, go to Shreveport. I mean, all you have to do is show up and you get that spot at the Arnold next year. So at this point, so I might hugely encourage you. I guess the events are there's a yoke, 64 course, 60-second time limit, 1 drop, no slides, of course, and then we've got Dion's deadly deadlifts to be announced. There's no specifics yet, but
that's the same thing that we did at the Arnold, where you had to carry a sandbag or something, load it in a wheelbarrow, run back, carry another one.
She's just mean.
It's a cardio event. It
it
was 30.
Fat guys don't like cardio, so.
Well, I don't either, and I have abs in the morning.
I've got abs in the morning. I
have them in the afternoon too, but I don't want to make you feel bad.
No. I've only ever had abs in the morning when I've had abs. So.
But yeah.
Right now I think it's a push. 6 months ago I definitely had abs in the morning.
I think maybe they'll make it heavier at this one, because in my opinion, 30 reps shouldn't win anything in strongman.
I completely agree.
So it was the first time they did it. I don't think that I think they wanted it to be more of a medley and a cardio event, but at that point you're not really testing someone's deadlift. It's just work capacity.
Yeah, exactly. And reducing capacity for the rest of the events. They got an axle clean and press for reps, 60-second time limit. Farmer's carry, 60-foot course, 60-second time limit, 1 drop. For the lightweight men, 290, heavyweight men, 320. Wheelbarrow medley, load sandbag, wheelbarrow to the next, load the sandbag, push wheelbarrow to the next, sandbag. So there's 3 sandbags, and then wheelbarrow across the line. I think that's what I'm reading.
Yeah.
Which is essentially what they did at America's Strongest Man, except that they used a keg for the last one.
Correct.
And then, so for the lightweight men, 200, 225, and 250. The big boys get 225, 250, and 275.
Yeah.
And for the ladies, just so they know, the weights are heavy, but they're not horrible.
No, and it's a little different. We had this event at Nationals, but we had to carry and load all the implements from 50, 20, from 75, 50, 25 feet away, and then carry the whole wheelbarrow with everything. So there's a lot less running. There's a lot more transitions in this style, but there's a lot less running. So even if the keg is 200 pounds, and I think a lot of the girls struggled with the heavier kegs, I think only one girl loaded it at Nationals, Danielle Curry. I remembered her name this time.
Nice job. Congratulations.
She loaded it, but at this one, you don't have to carry it. You just have to pick it up, chuck it right in I think it's about a 42-inch height for that wheelbarrow. So it's not quite as cardio intensive, but you have to be really quick on your transitions is the key.
Right. Yep, I agree. You got to be quick in the transition and not be afraid to haul between. That's for sure.
Yep.
You want to cover the calendar? There's a lot of shows on May 10th this weekend.
Yeah, we're kind of hitting the season. We have the Empire Classic Strongman Challenge that is in Spokane, Washington. I think it's up at the Northern Coast Resort and Casino, so that should be fun. You can email SpokaneBodybuilding@gmail.com. I met the guy that's putting it on at the Arnold, Ivan Ribic, I think his name is.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think he's pretty involved in the bodybuilding scene up there, so he should be putting on a good show. I know a couple of guys going up there. It seems like Strongman's definitely growing in Washington.
Yeah, especially in Eastern Washington and Idaho. They're
Yep.
they're both holding shows out there, so
Yeah,
that's good. That's good to see.
yeah, it is. And then we also have as well. This is all this weekend is a Motor City Strongest Man. That's at Warren Matt High School in Warren, Michigan.
It's on the 12-mile road. Looking forward to that. It's an indoor event too. It's not outside. It's indoor.
Okay, that's hosted by veteran competitor Steve Barkley.
Yep.
And we have the show that John is competing in, St. Louis Strongest Man. That's a real big show every year. I know there's been a lot of hype for that show. I think they have like a yoke squat, which is interesting.
Yeah. Wow. Very interesting.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it in the sense that I'm good at that event, but not a fan of it that I don't think it's a good test. But I'll take a win if I can take a win.
Yeah, different too.
So
different's not always bad.
No, that's a St. Louis Strongest Man at Logan University in Chesterfield. Yeah, Chesterfield.
Yeah. And that's that's Jared McGowan's show.
Yep.
And it's Jared McGowan, McGowen, Jared McGowan at yahoo.com.
Got a bunch of them this week. Got Quad Cities Strongman Challenge 6 at the Governor's Pub and Grill. That's in Bettendorf, Iowa.
I don't mind shows like that.
We're at a pub and grill.
As soon as you're done, you just crawl yourself into the pub and fill yourself back up with some food and a few beers, and makes life better.
That seems to be the way going in, but I'm so beat up by the end of it that I just want to get back to the hotel room. But
yeah,
at least at those kind of shows, there's somewhat of a crowd. There's people at the bar.
Right.
Your family or wife can have drinks during it.
Yeah. Well, you've been to Sin City where you sit out there and have cocktails in the parking lot.
Yeah, I think
Steiner's.
Candace definitely enjoyed that a little more than other shows where just at a gym parking lot.
Yeah, they brought food out and everything. It was great. They did a nice job out there.
I think that's about it for the shows this week.
Yeah, if you're a promoter, certainly promoting any Platinum Plus shows coming up, please let us know. We'd love to have you on the air, talk about your show, talk about your entrance, any videos that you want to share on American Strongman Radio. We would love to have you guys. You got anything else this weekend? I think that about wraps it up.
No, I'm looking forward to having a somewhat mellow weekend, just catching up on all these projects going on. Trying to put the word out there for the American Strongman Corporation seminars and gym affiliation that me and Dion are going to start running. Should have a couple that are kind of getting booked, just working out dates in particular. So hopefully, if you want information on there and you want to be on the ground floor to grow Strongman and not only teach the members of your gym about Strongman, not only about the events and how to correctly do them, unlike a lot of the instructors doing Strongman certification courses that do improper techniques. These are all ones that have been used at actual competitions. We're actually going to also talk to you about the competition. So if you've never done a show, we'll go over all the rules, all the particulars, the weight classes, and really break it down so to help you get introduced into Strongman and not only how to do the movements, but to end up competing in it, because there's novice classes, there's shows for everyone. Like you said, we just listed off 6 shows this weekend, and there's only going to be more in the upcoming weeks around the country. So if you want information on those, you can contact me at Kalle@AmericanStrongmanRadio.com and send you some information and hopefully go out to your gym and have a fun weekend teaching Strongman and get your gym a certified, affiliated American Strongman gym. And we'll help promote you as well.
Yep, absolutely. That's about it for me. I'll be in Dallas this weekend. I'll be at the Europa Friday and Saturday. You see me, stop by, say hi. I'd love to meet some of you guys that I haven't had a chance to meet yet. And then I'll be out in Shreveport in a couple of weeks too, and then I'll be in Phoenix at the end of the month. So I got a busy month for me. I think that's it for me. I think we're done.
That's about it. Yeah.
Cool.
You can find me at on the Facebook group Starting Strongman. Also, just check out letkalift.com. It has links to all my other things out there. And again, look for us on iTunes this week. We'll put up links. If you can't find them, if you can also search for it, American Strongman Radio on iTunes. Please rate, review, and subscribe. It'll help bump us up in the ratings and get some more people at least seeing Strongman as a blip on their radar and maybe checking it out. And,
that was pretty cool, Kalle. I'm impressed. That was very NPR-ish, that delivery.
Rate, review, and subscribe.
Exactly.
I listen to enough podcasts. I hear people say the same thing. I can parrot it.
Good. I'm proud of you. Congratulations. That was awesome. Thanks to all the promoters, fans, and athletes from around the world who make this show possible. Kalle and I are honestly humbled, not only with the fact that you guys take the time to listen, that you're downloading from SoundCloud, and now you have the opportunity to do it from iTunes, but the fact that you're giving us feedback on things that you would like to see, improvements we can make. We want to hear it all. Please, please, please keep us informed, keep us going so we can keep you guys educated and happy, and you guys will keep coming back and listening. Thanks to our advertisers, Evolution Peptides, IronMagLabs.com, and I should have I've got another one coming up hopefully at the end of the week, a nutrition company that is just getting off the ground floor, and super cool people. They're going to send us out some products to try. And more information on them. Hopefully next week we'll have that squared away as well. But thanks to our advertisers who do everything they do to help us do what we're doing, help buy equipment to make us sound better. Thanks to Sally Ann for continued support through all of these changes over the past couple months. And, of course, thanks to Deon Wessels for bringing us this opportunity to help grow and develop what's turning out to be a really kick-ass show.
I'm happy with it. Yeah, thanks to everyone. And you can get home, get out of the gym, and go eat some steak.
That's right.
See you next week.
That's it. Last thing, please help share the show with your friends via social network and plain old word of mouth. You can find links to the show on the American Strongman Corporation or the strongmancorporation.com website through Muscular Development Strength Forums. And, of course, you can like our Facebook page, facebook.com/American Strongman Radio.